Celebrations was one of the most anticipated Pokemon card sets of the Sword and Shield era. This set was released to commemorate the 25th anniversary of Pokemon, and it did a really good job of that. The main set featured tons of Pikachus along with a bunch of legendary Pokemon cards, all in holo or full arts. And the subset, the Classic Collection, did a great job highlighting different cards from all sorts of eras of the Pokemon TCG. Now, as we get closer to 2026, the 30th anniversary of Pokemon, let's take a look back at Celebrations and see how it's performed 3.5 years after release. I should start by saying the packs for Celebrations only featured 4 cards, and there was a chance that one of those cards would be a Classic Collection hit. Most products featuring Celebrations packs also came with regular Sword and Shield packs. I think the oldest ones being Darkness Ablaze and going all the way up until about Evolving Skies or Fusion Strike. There were also multiple print waves of these products, so some of the original print waves might be like Battle Styles and Darkness Ablaze or like Vivid Voltage Battle Styles. And some of the products restocked later came with like Evolving Skies and Fusion Strike, which are, infinitely better sets. But anyways, let's start with the Elite Trainer boxes. Right now, these are going for $120. They were very stagnant at about $70-$80. It seemed like a long time. Of course, all these products released really expensive. It was hyped up, everyone wanted it, but there was a ton of it available on release. Unlike Prismatic Evolutions, Pokemon did an amazing job making sure Celebrations got into the hands of anybody who wanted to open it. But yeah, of course, over the last few months, like every product, it seems, every set, no matter what it is, come November time, it started going up all the way from about $80 to now $120. This box does come with 10 Celebrations packs and 5 assorted Pokemon TCG boosters from the Sword and Shield era. You'd have to check online to see exactly what sets are in here. I think most of the time it was like Darkness Ablaze and Battle Styles, but I don't remember. It's been a long time since I opened any of these boxes up. I did want to highlight they come with this Greninja card that has seen tremendous growth as of late. I don't know if it's just because Greninja's super hyped up or because Celebrations is getting hyped up, but the Greninja Gold Star promo card is going for about $10 right now. The PSA 10 has even seen amazing growth, $150, but as we all know, a lot of these promo cards, especially ETB promos, are very difficult to grade highly. They're just bouncing around in there with all the dice and whatnot. So if you can get a PSA 10, definitely a premium there. But even the raw copy going for $10 right now, it was like $3 3 months ago. People didn't want them. I had a bunch of them at a show I went to and nobody was interested in them. Now, all of a sudden, everybody wants it. Of course, they also had a Pokemon Center exclusive ETB for this set. Again, incredible price growth around November time when everything got difficult to get and everyone dove into the hobby. They were pretty stagnant, about $100 to $110 for a while, just like the ETB. A lot of these prices were very steady since, I'd say, 6 months after release up until 3 months ago. But from about $105 right now, all the way up to $180. Again, very similar to the regular ETB, except this one is bigger. I think the box is way nicer as well. It's a really good display piece. It comes with 3 more packs of Celebrations, so 13 packs total. Comes with an extra regular pack, so you're getting 6 Pokemon TCG packs. Comes with the Greninja, and I think a couple extra goodies. I think there's a deck box in here and a few other things. But the main thing is, man, this box is really nice. They were expensive for a while, but they did 3 different drops on the Pokemon Center for this product. Even, I think, 3 or 4 months after release, I was able to get my drop finally. And I mean, I guess I should say it now. I think a lot of these products might steady out, but continue to grow as we get close to the 30th anniversary. Generations saw a lot of growth around the 25th anniversary. That was the 20th anniversary set. And I think the 25th anniversary, when we get to the 30th, it's going to see growth as well, especially if they don't do like a throwback style set exactly like this one was. You've got the UPC. This was like the original UPC that everybody wanted. They had like a Zacian Zamazenta one with I guess the first 4 sets of the Sword and Shield era. It was tricky to get that product. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen one in person, but not a lot of people really wanted it. It just kind of existed, it seemed. But the Celebrations UPC, nobody was getting this. It seemed like stores were getting 1 or 2 of them. On release, they were going for like 300 plus. People didn't want to pick them up. I got very lucky with mine. I grabbed one from the Pokemon Center for, I think, 180 Canadian, so not too bad at all. This one has seen a little bit of price movement back and forth. That's kind of due to F grading companies have been grading the metal cards. This box came with the first like gold metal Charizard and Pikachu from base set. Companies were grading them at first, but they were damaging them in the grading process and decided they didn't want to grade them anymore. Then they figured out they can grade them better, I guess. I don't know if that's just because 151 had a gold metal card or they started getting more of them sent into them. I'm not too sure. But anyways, this was like the big product with like a ton of packs. It had 17 packs of celebrations. It had 8 assorted packs from the Sword and Shield era. Like I mentioned, it had the metal cards of the base set Charizard and Pikachu. It also had a special gold promo of Pikachu V and a Pokeball with the 25th anniversary stamp. Those cards were quite expensive. I ended up just picking them up because I didn't want to crack mine open and I wanted to have the full Celebrations Master Set with all the promos, which I managed to get done. The Pikachu's been climbing up. It's not at its 1-year high, but it's up there at about $25 right now. Really cool card, but it's also kind of this yellow gold. It doesn't look as good as most gold cards. I wouldn't even really consider it gold, to be honest. And the Pokeball, not that expensive. $8. I think it's a cool card, but again, it's nothing too special. It's a little bit ugly. I think they could have done it better, but it was a nice little shot. They did a little attempt at something different, and I feel like it'll stand out in the long term of being this unique card. I think there's like an anniversary coin and like a little Charizard pin as well. So pretty cool product. Right now, $406. It was a little bit more expensive. It was like more like $430 a couple months ago. I think this is one that's always been expensive. There aren't a ton of them out there. I feel like it'll still see movement. Like UPCs have become really popular. Everyone wants them. You look at the Charizard one, you look at the 151. Every UPC they release, there's a ton of them. They're relatively cheap and accessible, and then they just skyrocket. This one was never really cheap and accessible, but I do think it'll follow a similar path. Like, I feel like this one is going to keep climbing. It's an amazing display piece. It looks pretty nice. Simple and clean box, but so are a lot of the 151 products as well, and they're doing really good. I don't know if I would want to pick one of these up at $400, but I do think it'll continue to grow. A couple other products. These ones definitely vary in terms of packs, and you can see what packs. The ones I have, most of them have Evolving Skies and Fusion Strike, but I think I have some OG ones that are Battle Styles and Chilling Reign. But the Lance's Charizard, 4 Celebrations packs, 2 regular packs. Right now, about $45. Same with the Dark Sylveon, there's 2 variants there. Sometimes one is a couple dollars more expensive than the other. Right now, it seems Dark Sylveon's more expensive, but I'd imagine long-term it's going to be Charizard. You've also got a GameStop exclusive variant. I've been trying to buy these up from people. I've seen a couple people selling them on Facebook Marketplace. They were going like $45 for the longest time. Right now, $65 though. I think this is a really strong one. It features both. There's a pin of Sylveon instead of the Jumbo card, which is a little cooler. It's got 6 Celebrations packs and 2 regular packs. So it's not like you're completely combining both, but it is cool. It's a little more exclusive, only to GameStop, this one. So I think this is the better one to buy. Even though it's a little bit more money, I think it's a really cool display piece if you wanted to display one of these collection boxes. They also had a ton of different products. I'm not going to go through all of them, but this jumbo figure product, this box was gigantic. I think only 2 came in a case. I have 2 or 3 of these just because I was getting them cheap and I thought they were kind of cool with this giant figure. Comes with 8 Celebrations packs, 3 regular packs, giant figure. Comes with a promo of Pikachu and Pikachu VMAX. That promo is nothing too special, but it is going for $3. It's kind of cool having the Pikachu promo with the Pikachu 25 stamp. The VMAX one is really cool as well. We've had a few different Pikachu VMAX artworks, but again, I like that it has the stamp. This one's going for $7 right now. I feel like in a matter of time, this is going to be like $10. I could see this being worth a little bit more in a PSA 10 for sure. Similar to that Greninja, but maybe not as much because it's not as cool as a Gold Star Greninja. But this product as a whole, again, has seen some gains. It was like $60, $65 throughout the year. Right now, it's up at $78. Again, I think a lot of LGS stores kind of stay away from this product because it's expensive to ship it. It's so big, could get damaged. It's just annoying to store. But this is a good product if you're looking for a display piece, or if you're selling at conventions or something, this might be a good product to bring and try to get rid of. The last product I'm going to talk about is the Lunchbox. I think this is one of the better lunchboxes they've done, especially in recent years. It's nice and clean. It just has the Celebrations artwork. It's got that red base to it, the giant logo in the middle. Looks really nice. It came with a couple exclusive cards, the Delta Species Mimikyu, the Light Toxtricity, and Hydreigon C. It also came with your typical lunchbox stuff, a little portfolio, a notepad, sticker sheets, coins, that sort of stuff. There are 6 Celebrations packs and 2 regular packs as well, so there's a decent pack lineup, a decent amount of packs for this little box, and like I said, it displays really nice. Right now it's going for about $56, but I wouldn't be surprised if this one keeps going up. I could see it hitting like $75 before the 30th anniversary. Maybe even more. All right, now like usual, I want to highlight the top 10 cards from this set. First off, at number 10 is the Mew EX from the Classic Collection. Originally, this card is from Legend Maker. Really nice card. I think this is one I actually had as a kid that I managed to lose. It was very familiar to me. Really like this card, Legend Maker. I know it might not be one of the most popular of those EX sets, but it's one of my favorites. Of course, a lot of the Mew cards have been growing upwards due to the Bubble Mew's success. Just like most cards, this one went from about $2.50 all the way up to about $8. Right now, it's sitting at about $7. Really nice card. It's got a nice foil pattern. All these cards kind of have this like speckled hollow pattern. It has really nice texture. All these cards have a nice texture to them. Cool card and a pretty cool Mew. I think a lot of these cards are going to be good for anyone's collection, but I don't see this one ever really being like a $25 card. It could be way down the line, but by the 30th anniversary, I feel like it's going to be hovering around $10, $12. A card that's been on the come up and actually one I've been looking out for. I want to get more copies of this. The Reshiram. Right now it's going for about $7.50. It was only $2 about a year ago. This card has seen incredible movement, and obviously with Journey Together and Ends Reshiram coming out, this card has seen growth. And obviously with the black and white sets, what is it, Black Flare and White Bolt, the two-part set coming out, I think that's hyping it up as well. The anticipation for a Gen 5 remake announcement is hyping it up. Of course, you'll see Zekrom later on this list, but Reshiram, no surprise it's gone up to $7.50, and I feel like this one's going to be like $15 probably in the next 6 months, maybe sooner. Next up, you got Big Man Blastoise from the base set. This card's not even $10. You can get it just north of $9. I was amazed when I was pricing out my Charizards from this set to see that the Blastoise is only $10, and the Venusaur is so cheap it's not even in the top 10 list. Definitely cards that are worth picking up at this price. I don't think they're going to go up tremendously in value, but $10 for a base set Blastoise reprint, well worth it. Looks really nice with that little Pikachu 25 stamp as well. I'd pick this up. Even the PSA 10s are very affordable. I think you can get them for like $50, maybe even less in some cases. And just like Reshiram, we've got Zekrom. Again, it was like $3 the whole year, and boom, hit a high of $12.50 and has since leveled out at about $10. The pictures of these cards don't do them justice. They look really nice with that speckled hollow pattern that I mentioned with the Mew, the texture on them. Very good cards. And again, they're just going to continue to climb as more and more black and white hype happens throughout the year, leading into Pokemon Day in the next, week or two. Birthday Pikachu has one that I thought was extremely undervalued. It was easy to pull. There's a lot of them out there. I was giving away quite a few of them. Wish I still had some because this card is now $12. I think this is going to be a good one long term. I think it's worth picking up. Nothing really crazy to it. It's an awesome Pikachu promo reprint, 25th anniversary. I feel like this is probably one of the more fun cards in the Celebrations Classic Collection, and I think it's good for anyone's little binder collection. Again, not a super valuable card, but one I could definitely see doubling in price eventually. Another one that I think is going to continue going up is Mega Rayquaza EX. A lot of those Mega Rayquazas, and I guess just Megas in general, are on the climb as of late, with the rumors of Megas coming back to the video games and back to the TCG, of course. A lot of those cards are getting a lot of attention, and this is one that's just easily accessible, especially in good condition. I really like the Mega Full Art cards. They're some of my favorite cards Pokemon have ever printed. But unfortunately, most of the time when I find them, the condition is pretty bad. I'd say like mildly played or worse. The artwork is nice on them, but a lot of them are like $30, $40, $50. Some are even $100. And to spend that kind of money on like a played condition card, in my opinion, isn't necessarily worth it. They do seem to continue to climb. If you can find really minty mega cards, pick them up because I think they're going to perform really well over the next couple of years. But this card being more recent, easily accessible, better print quality, I think a lot of people are looking to pick it up. It's also Rayquaza. You can't go wrong with a Rayquaza card. And it's always been a little bit more expensive than some of the others. It's been sitting around $8, maybe $10 for a while. Didn't see an insane spike in growth like some of these other cards did, but did jump up to about $15, sitting around $16 right now. I wouldn't be surprised if this one continues to grow and hits $25 like the second they announce Mega Evolutions are coming back. What are we at now? I think this is top 4 now. Shining Magikarp. Did not expect this. I was trying to sell this card on December 1st and no one wanted it at $10. Now it's $25. So glad no one bought them from me because I think I have like a dozen of these things. I think this is an awesome card as well. Looks really good in anybody's collection. I am pretty surprised that it doubled in price almost overnight. It must have had like a buyout situation going on or something. And at like $25 to $30, I don't know if I'd pick it up, but I do think this one is going to stay strong up there in the top 5. Probably for the long term. All right, number 3, the only card that's not actually from the Classic Collection, and that is the Gold Mew. Of course, like I mentioned earlier, a lot of the Mew cards are blowing up in value. The fact that this is a shiny Mew on a gold card with the 25th anniversary stamp, I think it's doing really, really good. Looks really nice in person. I think this was the only card I didn't pull out of this set. Took me forever. I ended up just picking one up. I think I paid basically what it's at now, maybe 50 Canadian for it at the time. Well worth it in my eyes. Wish I had more copies of it though, because it is a beautiful card. You could get this for under $20 at some points this year, but as soon as it hit its 1 year low, it just started taking off. Right now, $37, and I feel like this one should be worth more. The PSA 10 for this card isn't that expensive either. You can get it for like $100. And at that price, I feel like it's well worth picking up. I feel like this is one of the more iconic ones from the Celebration set. And being the big hit in that like regular part of the set, the first half of it, like come on, $100 for the PSA 10, $37 for the raw copy. I think it's worth picking up. One that I don't necessarily think is worth picking up is number 2, and that is the Gold Star Umbreon. Very cool card, but of course with Prismatic Evolutions, this card just went crazy. You could get it for like $13 a year ago. If you want it now, it's going to be $42. If you wanted it 2-3 weeks ago, it was $55. This card has always been number 2 in this set. Very nice card. Fan favorite card. Difficult to pull, honestly. Very difficult to pull. But at $42, I feel like it's a little overvalued. I think once the Eevee hype kind of dies out a little bit, this card will dip down. But long term, of course, like all these cards, I think as Celebrations gets older and older, everything is going to go up slowly. Umbreon, though, I think is safe. I think if you were to wait 6 months on this card, you might be able to get it $10 cheaper than what it's at now. But obviously, that's just speculation. You never know for sure. And number 1, to nobody's surprise, another Charizard base set reprint. This card's at a high right now, sitting at about 103. But you could get it as cheap as $65 over the course of the last year. Again, really nice card. I had this in a PSA 10 and sold it recently. Kind of wish I still had it because I also got the Venusaur and the Blastoise the same day. Pretty much as soon as I traded the Charizard away, somebody came and sold me those other two. But man, of course, any set with this card is going to be carried by this card. There's a lot of really nice cards in this set, a lot of really great cards from the Classic Collection. But Charizard is always going to outperform, especially when it's a throwback to that original base set Zard. And at $100, I don't know, Charizard hasn't necessarily been hyped up lately. There are a lot of new people coming into the hobby. If you're watching this and you're a new collector, this might be a card you're looking to pick up. It's a throwback to that base set Charizard. If you don't want to buy a base set Charizard or like a crappy copy of a base set 2 Charizard or something like that, you can get the same artwork on a nice new Celebrations card. Personally, I really like this one. I like the Celebrations holo pattern that they did for all of these hits. And I do feel like the new collectors are what's driving the price of this guy. But I think, 30th anniversary, even going forward, it's just going to keep going up. This is one of those like timeless artworks. Pokemon's going to keep reprinting it. They've printed so many variants of this specific artwork, and I feel like they're never going to stop. Like, why would they not keep printing the most iconic card in different variations? At $100, it's an expensive card, but I do think it could still keep moving. All right, guys, so that's my video on Celebrations. As a whole, I think Celebrations is well worth picking up. A lot of the sealed product I can see growing pretty significantly. Again, I look at sealed product as a safe way to invest in Pokemon cards, a safe thing to collect. It's really rare that you buy sealed product and it goes down in price. And even if it does, if you're patient with it, there's going to come a time where it's going to be worth more than you paid. That's just kind of how it goes. Products get opened up and then the price goes up. The less supply on the market, the higher the cost of the demand. And a lot of these sealed products, at the price they're at, I don't think the prices are bad by any means. Like I said, I've been picking up some of those GameStop exclusive V Memories boxes. I think if you can find the Charizard or the Sylveon and you know that it's got Evolving Skies or Fusion Strike in it, definitely worth picking up. And the ETB, honestly, it just looks nice. It's a good display piece, and I think you should probably grab it while you can before it hits a huge price like $200. All right, before I get out of here, let me know in the comments below what your favorite card from the Celebrations Classic Collection is. I'd love to know. And with that, I'll say goodbye. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace!